yoga friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, and this is the 31-day yoga challenge where we do 20 minutes of yoga a day for 31 days. Today is day 22, and today is all about flowing. This is our third flow variation for this challenge. We won't be needing any props today. And as always, there is a playlist linked down below in case you like to listen to some tunes while you practice. So without further ado, let's get started here down on our backs in constructive rest. So keeping the knees bent here, bring the soles of the feet onto the earth, walking the feet out just slightly so you can knock in your knees here, allowing that lower back to release. Maybe bringing your arms out by your sides or hands on belly or heart. Go ahead and flutter the eyes closed or take a soft gaze and begin to even out the breath. In and out through the nostrils. Coming into the present moment. We'll begin our practice by setting an intention. Anything that comes to mind is wonderful. And if nothing comes to mind, you can always use this one. Abundance and love flow from me. Abundance and love flow from me. And whatever intention you chose for yourself today, begin to inhale that through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth. Sigh. Exhale out anything extra that you may have brought onto your mat today. Taking that one more time, inhaling through the nose deep into the belly. And open the mouth. Sigh. Exhale out anything extra. Knowing you can always return to your intention throughout practice and perhaps throughout the rest of your day today. Taking just one more round of breath here. And then allowing the eyes to flutter open. Let's bring those feet hip-width distance, knees still pointing towards the sky, and begin to windshield wiper the knees from side to side here. Maybe 2 more rounds of this, making sure you're maintaining that even breath. And then from here, we're going to bring the legs back up to center, bring the arms down by the sides, palms facing the earth, and then inhale, press through the feet, lift the pelvis into bridge pose. Exhale, lower back down onto the mat. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhaling, pressing up to bridge. And exhale, coming back down, making sure that chin is tucked here. Inhaling up and exhaling down, and one more time. Inhaling up. Let's hold up here for 1 round of breath, and then next exhale, lower back down to the mat. Beautiful work there. Let's inhale both knees into the chest, maybe rocking back and forth, massaging that lower back. And then perhaps crossing the ankles, grabbing behind the thighs. Option to roll over and sit up. Or maybe you roll up and down the spine here. We're going to roll about 3 or 4 times here. And then we're going to find our way all the way onto our bellies. So coming down onto our bellies, let's place the palms underneath the shoulders. And then walk those palms just on the outsides of the mat and tent the fingers up, pointing both elbows towards the sky, setting up for proud baby cobra. Next inhale, we're going to inhale, lift that head and chest off the mat. And then exhale that right side of the face and the shoulder towards the mat. Inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale. Left side of the face and left shoulder toward the mat. Inhale, center. Let's take that 1 more time each side. Exhaling right. Inhale, center. Exhaling left. And inhale, center, staying here for one round of breath. And on your next exhale, lowering everything back down onto the mat, bringing palms once again under the shoulders. And let's inhale, press back into a tabletop position. From here, we're going to find our cat-cows for the day. Inhaling, dropping the belly, looking up to the sky for cow. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding the spine, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And one more time. Inhaling, cow. And exhale, cat. Before we move into our Surya Namaskar A, we are going to flex both feet and simply sit back on the heels here for fire feet. Maybe rolling through the wrists here as we open through those arches, thanking our feet for carrying us through our day. Let's take 2 rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, finding your way back to tabletop, and let's flutter those feet. And then maybe walking the palms slightly forward, flexing the feet once more. Let's press the hips up and back to find downward facing dog, maybe pedaling through the feet or generously bending the knees, making sure shoulders are down and back, neck nice and released, eyes of the elbows pointed towards the front of the mat, and all 10 fingers spread wide. We'll stay here, maybe finding some organic movement or breathing in stillness for 3 more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, let's inhale up to the balls of the feet and step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back. Flow as you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 5 rounds of breath. And next, inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead. And let's shift the weight onto the left leg, picking up the right for one leg Tadasana, flexing through that right foot. Inhaling here. And then exhale that right foot towards the back of the mat, spinning that heel down so that you're in warrior 1, arms overhead. Inhaling here, and then exhale, cactus those arms down, looking up to the sky. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, arms down by the side. Option to keep your arms down by the side, palms facing the back of the mat. Or maybe you clasp your hands at your lower back, straightening through those elbows. Wherever you are, let's next exhale, fold over into humble warrior, keeping your back flat, staying here for 3 rounds of breath. So your torso is just on the inside of the left thigh here. And next exhale, coming back to warrior 1. Exhale, open to warrior 2. Flipping that left palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh, right arm overhead, extended side angle, 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back to warrior two. Let's flip that left palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior, 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back to warrior two. Let's straighten through the left leg, sending the hips slightly back. And exhale, move into triangle by dropping that left palm on the outer edge of the left foot on the mat or a block, or placing your left hand on your shin, right arm overhead. 2 rounds of breath here. Next, inhale, bending through that left knee, finding that warrior two. Let's stay here for 2 rounds of breath. Making sure our shoulders are down. And then next, inhale, let's pivot all 10 toes towards the front of the mat. And then inhale, pick up that right leg, moving into warrior three. Arms overhead or hands at heart center, making sure that right knee and those toes are pointed towards the mat. We'll take 1 full round of breath here. And on your next inhale, pendulum that right leg all the way through into one leg, Tadasana. And then next, exhale, lower that right leg onto the earth. Inhaling, looking up to the sky, maybe finding a slight back bend. And then exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back. Flow as you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 5 full rounds of breath. Evening that breath back out. And on your next inhale, let's inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. And then step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead, shifting the weight onto the right leg, picking up that left leg, flexing through the left foot for one leg, Tadasana. Next, exhale, we're going to exhale that left foot to the back of the mat, spinning that left heel down and coming into warrior one. Inhaling here, and then exhale, cactus the arms down. Inhale, warrior one. And then exhale, allow those arms to come down by the sides or maybe clasping at the lower back. Next exhale, we're going to lower into humble warrior. 3 rounds of breath here. And next, inhale, let's come back up to warrior one, and exhale, open to warrior two. Flipping that right palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior, 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh, left arm overhead, 2 rounds of breath, extended side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two, flipping that right palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior, 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back to warrior two, straightening through the right leg, sending the hips slightly back. And exhale that right palm down to the mat or on the shin for triangle pose. Left arm overhead. 2 more rounds of breath here. And next, inhale, bending through that right knee, coming back to warrior two. Let's take 2 rounds of breath. Lengthening through both sets of fingertips, almost like a beam of light is going out of all 10 fingers here. And on your next inhale, let's pivot all 10 toes towards the front of the mat for high crescent. And then next inhale, pick up that left leg coming into warrior 3. Arms overhead or hands at heart center. One full round of breath here. And then next inhale, pendulum that left leg all the way through into one leg Tadasana. And then next exhale, lower that left foot down to the mat. Inhaling, maybe taking a back bend. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's plant the palms and step back into high plank. Option to lower the knees here. And we'll stay here for 5 rounds of breath. Making sure wrists are directly under shoulders. We have a nice flat back here. No bums in the air. Two more rounds of breath. And next exhale, very slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Wonderful work. And inhale, let's press back into a child's pose, just staying here for 2 rounds of breath. And then next inhale, roll all the way up the spine, and let's find our way onto our backs. Just keeping our legs straight here. We're going to inhale that right knee into the chest, and exhale, guide that right leg across the body for a supine twist. Making sure that right shoulder remains in contact with the earth. An option to gaze over the right fingertips. We'll stay here for 3 rounds of breath. And next, inhale, bringing that right knee back into the chest. And exhaling that right leg down as we inhale the left knee into the chest. And exhale, guide that left leg across the body for a supine twist on the opposite side. Taking 3 rounds of breath here, really evening out that breath. And then next, inhale, bring that left knee into the chest. And exhale that left leg down to meet the right as we inhale both knees into the chest. Option to stay here, maybe taking hip circles or grabbing the outer edges of the feet, going into happy baby. And staying here, wherever you are, for 3 more rounds of breath. And next, exhale, very gently begin to move into your Shavasana for the day. Maybe taking a traditional Shavasana by allowing the legs to straighten, bringing the arms out to the sides, maybe resting the hands on belly and or heart, adjusting any clothing or hair that might be distracting. Fluttering the eyes closed if they're not there already, and scanning the body for any tension to exhale. And allow yourself to stop being a human doing and just be a human being. I will let you know when it's time to come out of your Shavasana, but for now, simply rest. And you are welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to close out class with me, begin to bring awareness back to your breath, introducing some movement into the body, maybe by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling through the wrists and ankles, taking a good morning stretch by stretching your arms overhead or finding any other organic movement to wake the body back up. And then rolling onto one side to find a fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow, keeping the knees bent. And next, exhale. Let's press up into Sukhasana, easy pose, maybe keeping your eyes closed or in a soft gaze, bringing hands to heart center. I want to thank you for coming to practice with me today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. We'll close our practice with the sound of Om, inhaling through the nose deep into the belly. And bringing thumbs to third eye. May the light and love in me recognize and honor the light and love in you. Namaste.